Why? Why he came? To make some money? Never. Only came to help unhappy person. Because he knew that we are eternal servant of Krishna. By using our freedom, independently, and whole world is now unhappy, forgetting Krishna forever, using their intelligence to be happy, but never they can happy. So he came. He come alone, like a beggar. And you know from beginning how he came in Boston, and from there he came to New York and he began his movement. So he was so merciful. He translated so many books, Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, so many books he wrote, only for us. He translated Chaitanya Charitamrita. And this, if you will read, you'll see that all the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all the teachings of Rup and Raghunath, and all Goswami are there. Everything is there. The teachings of Swarup Damodar, Raya Raman, and in his all writings, Krishnadas Goswami has written all the dialogues, all the teachings, and in the last he has written Sweet Shastra. It is the essence of all the Vedas, even of Srimad Bhagavad and everything. But we cannot know if you are not in high class of association. He has told that Krishna name is transcendental thing, Purna Mukta, Shuddha, and transcendental. It cannot be touched by our tongue, mortal tongue, mind, by senses. How we can touch a given process? Through Guru Parampara, only through Guru Parampara. So first of all, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, he has told so much about Guru Tattva, and after that he has told our object, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended to give that object in Adi 3 and 4. That our object is love and affection of Krishna. And then how to attain? He has told in Rup Siksha, Sanatan Siksha, in dialogue of Raya Ramananda and Mahaprabhu, in the Rath Jatra Prasanga. And in the last, in the cave Gambhira, he told to Raya Ramananda and Suno, की रूप लैले नाम प्रेम उपजय तार स्वरूप लक्षण सुंदर He is telling to Sarup Damodar, in Nai, to Sarup Damodar, Radha, ki roop laile naam prem upajay. In what process we will take the name of Krishna, then prem can come. And then he began to describe six shastras, especially that sloka. Tina dapi suni chena, tarorapi sahisnuna, amanina manadena, kirtanya sada. What is the meaning? Tina dapi suni chena.
One should be more humble than the blade of grass. If one steps on the blade of grass, it does not spring back. Tororapi sahishnuna, one should be more tolerant than the tree. The tree, even if someone comes to cut it, it does not withdraw its shade. Amanina, one should not ask any honor from anyone else. Our Swami Maharaj has sometimes said, command respect, don't demand respect. Manadena, give all respect to others. Kirtaniya sada Hari. Thus, one can always chant the name of Hari.
We are chanting name. But are you following this process? Even you try to do and chant Hari name like this, being so humble, more than a grass, tolerance more than a tree, his bark, his seed, his leaves, his juice, fruits, everything is for others. His life, everything. If you are like this and chanting, remember it, then giving honor to others and no hope of taking any honor from others. And if you are doing like this, chanting, oh, must come. Krishna Prem must come. So it is our defect, not of defect of Krishna name, that so many persons chanting from since last 20 years, 25 years, and rejecting Krishna afterward. They felt they don't realize anything from Krishna. So be like this, and you should realize yourself. So Nityananda Prabhu raising his hand in his car, he is telling, oh, let me hear. If you are chanting Krishna name, Gaur name, I am responsible for that you must be happy. And if you are not happy, I am responsible. But we are not carefully chanting and remembering. So, I think that it would be very beneficial to us that we should read, we should remember the pastimes of devotees, how they developed their Krishna consciousness, how they chanted, in what process. Like Prahlad Maharaj, Chitraketu Maharaj in Srimad Bhagavatam, all others, Bharat Maharaj, without attachment, worldly attachment giving up. And the life has history of Rup Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Haridas Thakur, like this. It will give a process that how they proceed. So they should try to follow. Now, today we will discuss about Rupa and Sanatana Goswami. Both were brothers, and how they left their houses and jobs, and they came to Vrindavan. What they did, we should try to know. Who will narrate? You? You? Oh, you should do. Not realized bhakti, he cannot give the seed of bhakti. The desire to serve Krishna, only high class of devotees, realized devotees, they can give. So, nowadays, lakhs and lakhs so-called gurus, even not coming in Madhyam Adhikar, offensing, not serving their Gurudev. How can they give this transcendental Shraddha, desire to serve Krishna? If they had in their heart, how they can fall down? They can never fall down. But we are seeing that thousands and thousands of devotees, renounced order, even brahmacharis, even doing so much preaching here, there, making so much money, and they fell down. So a real guru cannot fall down, never, because he is serving Krishna. So he can give this desire to serve Krishna to other devotees, those who are not serving Krishna. So he should be how much qualified? You can yourself realize. Then go. If there is transcendental Shraddha coming from any pure devotee, what are the symptoms?
When the fortunate living entity receives the seed of the creeper of devotion of Bhakti-lata bead, which is the desire to serve Krishna, then there are some symptoms which are exhibited in the behavior of this devotee. And what are those symptoms? It is said that he will have firm faith in the words of his Gurudev, firm faith in the verdict of Shastras, that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And only by serving Krishna, all the other activities and obligations are automatically performed, and one does not need to make any separate endeavor to please anyone.
This is. Oh, you are hearing what he told? What he told?
That someone that has got faith in Gurudev and in Scripture, that he'll be unwavering.
If transcendental Shraddha comes in any devotee, then very strong belief in the words of his Gurudev, in the words of all epics, especially Srimad Bhagavatam, and the words of Krishna, what he has told. It may be that so many problems may come, but he cannot change his faith, because he knows very strongly that if I am serving Krishna, my whole life will be successful. Sarva karma kritaha. Oh, this thing will come. So, if you want to be a devotee, first three things should come to you. Never depreciate from these things. Otherwise, no transcendental Shraddha, no desire of serving Krishna, they cannot come to pure Guru. So first this is needed. Then what afterwards?
And then, in the association of pure devotees, the fortunate living entity or the person who has received this Bhakti-lata bead, he implants that seed in his heart. And like a very expert gardener, he nourishes that with properly giving water and protected it from so much burn or from other animals, fencing it. And what are those things? Shravana Kirtana Jole Koroi Sinchan. That by constant hearing and chanting, he nourishes the plant. And that chanting and hearing has to be very carefully observed.
So many desires. And he chanting, remembering. What will be the use of that? Oh. Prem will not come. If anyhow this Shraddha, rare Shraddha has come in our heart, any pure devotees has given this seed and we have planted here. But lack of association, lack of hearing Hari Katha, our this Shraddha or desire to serve Krishna can go away. You can realize that Swamiji came and he gets this spirit, this desire to all lakhs and lakhs persons that we should serve Krishna. But what became? After his departure, there was none to give water like Hari Katha. And lack of this, their Shraddha, desire to serve Krishna, gradually became doomed and destroyed. Some not fully destroyed, but lack of association. They become very lean and thin. They were in doubt what to do, where to go. But when again any association will come and they will hear, again they will be inspired. So, but if you are associating even, but you are also associating with bad persons, doing offenses, having so many unwanted things, and you are chanting, but it will be of no fruit. It may be that offense, like a mad elephant, it will come and uproot this. So very carefully, you should try to avoid all these things and chant and remember in the association of high class of Vaishnava. What are the things which some things are like to cut down and something to uproot? What are these things? How do you tell?
So, when this plant or Bhaktilata bead is implanted and it's gradually developing and so many beautiful leaves are coming, then around this plant there's so many other imitating plants are also coming up. Or like there is example of one grass which is called Shama grass, the name of the grass. Around it there's so many other this comes up in the fields of paddy fields. So an expert gardener, what does he do? He very carefully uproots these grasses which are around the plant. He's very careful because they are surrounding it very closely.
They are like bhakti also, like creeper. But they are harmful for that creeper. What are they? Arop Siddha Bhakti, Sangha Siddha Bhakti. What are they? Not actually Surp Siddha Bhakti, but they seem like Bhakti. And if anyone gives trace on there, making boarding schools, doing so many activities, making garden, social work, then Bhakti can be destroyed. So we should be very careful In beginning, it may be some helpful, very little helpful, but not actually helpful. So we should try to give up all these things. And gradually we should come in Swarup Siddha Bhakti. Saramanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam. Preaching is like also Sramanam and Kirtanam. There are two kinds of all these things. Like Rup Sanatan or like Loknath Das Goswami. Always chanting, remembering, alone. And other Rup Goswami, Haridas Thakur, like others. Preaching also, and also chanting, remembering. So, two methods we can follow all these processes. After that,
and there's another kind of weeds which have to be carefully taken, but if we uproot them, then the Bhakti Lata beach or the creeper will come out, will be uprooted. So they have to be gradually and timely trimmed, like so many other stems. And if they are not cut timely, then the main creeper will not grow and it will become more weak and thin. So this means that as long as we are not completely liberated, some amount of karma or jnana has to be followed. But then that should not cover our Bhakti Lata beach. For example, Rupa Goswami has given this definition, Anya Abhilasita Shunyam Jnana Karmate Napratam Anukulyen Krishna Anushilanam Bhakti Uttama. So in this definition of bhakti, he is very nicely explaining that how carefully we should remove all the desires which are against the desire to serve Krishna. The performance of cultivation of activities of body, mind and words which are pleasing to Krishna should be completely uncovered from karma and jnana. He is not saying to completely give anabrit, because if we completely give up, then we cannot live anymore in this world. So for some time, for some development till a certain stage when Swarup Siddhi has not been attained, there is some need of karma and jnana, but it should never cover our bhakti. And any other desire, for example, desire for sense gratification or desire for liberation, all these things should be very carefully dragged away from the path of devotion. And these activities should be pleasing to Krishna. Anukulyen Krishna Anushilanam. Pleasing to Krishna means that for the well-being of Krishna. Because if we just take the meaning pleasing, then Sri Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur has given two examples in Bhakti Samil Sindhu Bindu, that when Krishna came to Mathura and he was fighting in the wrestling arena with Chanur and Mushtik, then he was feeling very happy and he was enjoying the rasa of chivalry and he was very, very pleased. So if we take the definition of bhakti, that the meaning of Anukulya word is pleasing, then it seems that Charun and Mushtik, they are great devotees of Krishna. But actually it's not the fact. Why? Because they have the desire to kill Krishna. They are not just sporting or playing or enhancing Krishna's pleasure, but they have an evil interest that if they can, they will kill Krishna. So this is not bhakti. And on the other hand, Mother Yashoda, when she is feeding her breast milk to Krishna, then she notices that nearby on the flame, the milk is boiling over, and for Krishna's benefit or nourishing him for his good health, she needs this milk. Her breast milk is not enough to make sweets and so many preparations for Krishna. So she puts aside Krishna and then goes to subside the milk. But then in this act, Krishna becomes displeased because he is not yet satisfied by drinking the milk of her mother. So he shows some anger and displeasure. Now if we take the definition of bhakti, pleasing, then it seems that Mother Yashoda is not devotee, or her activity is not devotion. So the word pleasing is not the complete definition. It has the fault of avyapti and ativyapti. So anukulye simply means that which is devoid of averse or opposite feelings. It should be favorable, completely favorable and beneficial for Krishna. But at the same time, if we just say that it has to be beneficial and favorable and devoid of opposite mood, then even so many, like for example this table, it doesn't have any bad or opposite feeling for Krishna. But at the same time, there is no favorable activities, anushilan. The performance of the cultivation of favorable activities is not seen. So at the same time,
What
body,
is
mind and word.
Are you understanding what he is telling? What?
He is explaining that not only anukulyena, that bhakti should be performed favorably, but together it must be anushilanam, constant, continuous cultivation of bhakti. Otherwise, if we take only anukulyena, then there may be the fault of avyapti or ativyapti, not fully accepting or over-acceptance will be there. He will not be fully.
Also, what he told in last, that if only we will see that it should not be unfavorable to Krishna, it is not sufficient. We should always try to do something for Krishna. Krishnanusilan should be done. Anukulyena, this is not sufficient. We should do in affirmative, always trying to please Krishna by your activities of mind, soul, senses, mood, by everything. Then it will be sufficient. If you are not doing, only protecting that, I should not offend, I should be always pure, this will not do only. You will have to endeavor by all means, by all our chestas, endeavor. Then it will be pure.
Then by performing this performing bhakti according.
If anyone has been initiated by any guru, and guru has somewhat quarreling with another devotee, and guru is telling that I am ordering you, you should obey me and abuse this devotee, and or beat this devotee, insult this devotee. What is this activity? Should we follow him or not? What should we do? We should follow our guru or not? Yes, order is order. But you will have to see whether my guru is bona fide guru or his orders are bona fide according to Shastra or not. If guru is ordering that, you should insult this, though he is high class of devotee, but he is my enemy, it means he is not pure devotee, and his order is out of, against Shastra. So we should try to give up that bogus guru. A guru cannot tell like this. He cannot go give orders that he is my enemy. Never. Maharaj Yudhishthira never told like this. For Duryodhan even, he wanted to insult them all. But he used to tell him, Suyodhan, not Duryodhan. Marat Bharat. In third but how he was dealing. No enemy at all. So any pure devotee has no enemy in that. If an insult, like Haridas Thakur was insulted, and he was praying to Krishna, oh Krishna, forgive me. So if a guru is doing like this, thinking that, oh, this devotee is my enemy, and you should beat him, insult him, and do offensive things, no harm. And devotee that thinks that, oh, my guru has ordered like this, so whether I will go to hell, I should obey my guru. Then the guru and chela both like blind persons. Together they will go to a very special kind of hell forever. And that bhakti will go. No bhakti at all. So Krishna has given this intelligence, and it has given in Shastra. So we should try to realize. If a guru is like that, at once quickly we should give up these gurus, bogus gurus, and we should try to initiate by other high class of devotees. Everywhere in Shastra it has written. In Hari Bhakti Vilas, Sanatana Goswami has. In Srimad Bhagavata it has written. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, everywhere. So we should try to.